In 1963, a man in a small town in central Turkey was renovating the basement of his house.
What?
He knocked down a wall and found a tunnel. That tunnel led to another room, then another, and another. He had just stumbled into one of the largest underground cities ever discovered, a place that could hide 20,000 people, their animals, and enough food and water to survive for months. This is Derinkuyu, the underground city that disappeared from the world until a hammer found it.
Beneath the famous fairy chimneys and hot air balloons of Padosha lies a completely different world.
For thousands of years, people here carved homes, churches, and entire communities into the soft volcanic rock. But Derinkuyu is not just another cave dwelling. It is a multi-level city, up to 85 meters underground, large enough to swallow an entire town of 20,000 people, along with their livestock and supplies, and keep them hidden for months. How do you design a city that can vanish completely from the surface? How do you keep 20,000 people alive, breathing, and safe for months in the dark? The answers are some of the most impressive ancient engineering on Earth. The rediscovery of Derinkuyu almost sounds like a legend. In 1963, while renovating his home, a local man broke through a basement wall and found a passageway leading into darkness. What followed was extraordinary. As archaeologists and locals explored further, they discovered that hundreds of houses in the modern town had hidden entrances leading down into the same vast underground complex. The city had been abandoned for decades. The last permanent residents, Cappadocian Greeks, left during the population exchange of 1923. After that, the underground world was largely forgotten, until that hammer swing brought it back into the light. What they found was not a simple shelter. It was a fully engineered subterranean city designed for long-term survival. Let's go deep. Derinkuyu is carved into soft volcanic tuff, rock formed from ancient ash that is soft enough to cut with simple tools, yet strong enough to support multi-level structures for centuries. The city descends approximately 85 meters, about the height of a 25 to 30-story building, across as many as 18 levels. Only the upper levels are open to visitors today, but the full depth is staggering. At its peak capacity, it could shelter up to 20,000 people, plus their animals and food stores. This was a city that temporarily hideout an entire regional population. The most critical engineering problem was air. How do you keep thousands of people breathing deeply underground for months? The answer is a sophisticated passive ventilation system. A main central shaft, roughly 55 meters deep, acts like a giant chimney. Combined with dozens of secondary shafts, it creates a natural thermal current. Massive doors, some waking door from the inside only. Once sealed, a level becomes a fortress. Invaders on the outside cannot open them. The corridors themselves are a defensive feature. Many are deliberately narrow and low. An attacker would have to crouch and move single file, perfect for ambush by defenders waiting in the dark. Water came from deep wells that could not be poisoned from the surface. Food was stored in cool, dry chambers. Kitchstildo soot-blackened stables near the upper levels. There is even a large room with a barrel-vaulted ceiling that some scholars believe was used as a school or communal hall, and deeper still, churches where people could worship while the world above burned. Temperature underground stays a constant 13 to 15 degrees Celsius year-round, cool in summer. Combined with air, water, food, and defense, Derinkuyu was a complete life support system carved from rock. Who created this masterpiece? The exact origins are still debated. Most experts believe the Phrygians began carving the earliest levels in the 8th or 7th century BCE. Over the following centuries, the complex was expanded by successive cultures. By the Byzantine period, it had become a fully developed multi-level refuge city with churches, schools, and sophisticated defensive systems. Its greatest period of use came during the long centuries of conflict between the Byzantine Empire and Arab forces, roughly from the late 7th to the 12th century. Early Christians also used these underground cities as places of safety and worship. Later, the same tunnels sheltered people during Mongol invasions and other periods of turmoil. Importantly, scholars believe a permanent daily city for everyone. People lived on the surface. Derinkuyu was the ultimate insurance policy, a place to vanish completely when the world above became too dangerous. That dual existence is what makes the engineering so sophisticated. It had to work perfectly when needed, then wait silently for the next emergency, sometimes for decades. Imagine the moment the last stone door rolls shut. Above ground, the town looks completely abandoned. A distant kind of land. Days and nights lose their meaning. Time is measured by oil lamps.
children of four, food apirgum of war. Prayers are said in the underground churches. The air remains breathable thanks to the ventilation shafts. Water continues to flow from the protected wells. The temperature stays stable. The design that linked humidity. We do not know exactly how long a typical stay lasted, weeks, sometimes months. But the city was built for endurance. The doors could be finally.
This was the true genius of Derinkuyu, not just hiding people, but allowing an entire society to continue functioning in secret until it was safe to re-emerge. Derinkuyu is not alone. It is connected by long underground tunnels to other cities, most famously Kaymakli, several kilometers away. Across Cappadocia, there are dozens of these underground complexes, some small family shelters, some vast multi-level cities. Together they form its effort created by human hands. New discoveries continue. In recent years, archaeologists have found even larger or more complex systems beneath modern towns in the region. The full story of Cappadocia's underground world is still being written.
What we see at Derinkuyu, the secret world lies beneath the beauty.
Why does Derinkuyu still matter today? Because it is a masterclass in working with geology rather than against it. The builders understood the rock, the air, the water, and human behavior under extreme threat. Passive ventilation design that still impresses modern engineers, multi-level defensive architecture, long-term storage and life support thinking that kept thousands of people alive. In an age of climate uncertainty and growing interest in resilient design, underground architecture is being studied again. Derinkuyu is not just a tourist attraction, most of all, it is a reminder of human ingenuity under pressure. When the surface world became dangerous, but functional, organized, and almost invisible. Next time, we go even deeper into the hidden architecture of the ancient world. Make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss it. This was Derinkuyu, the underground city that hid 20,000 people from the world. Thanks for watching.